For over 30 years, World Wrestling Entertainment has produced the single greatest live sporting event in all of civilization. This Sunday night, for the 32nd time, heroes will be made, careers and lives shaped forever. This is the showcase of the immortals. This is WrestleMania 32. Hello, friends. It's Ridiculously Over Anthony Fleury here with you for our biggest show of the year to date, our WrestleMania 32 preview edition of the Wrestling Forum. We are beyond delighted to be here with you guys, and we're beyond delighted to have you joining us as well. I do apologize for the very late start tonight, but it was well worth it because we made a pact that we wanted to watch NXT TakeOver Dallas, and oh man, was that! I'm pretty sure that was worth the $9.99, and I'll tell you that right now. That was more than worth the $9.99. No need for a refund here, boys. I mean, oh my Lord in heaven! If you didn't see NXT TakeOver Dallas, we all strongly suggest you do so because oh my God, whew, unbelievable. I'm just gonna say it right here. Perfect 10 out of 10. Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn stole the show with a 5-star classic and the greatest men's bout in NXT history. Everything went according to plan with the exception of the main event. Well, in my and Michael Fletcher's eyes, but basically everything went according to plan. The Alpha, the Jordan and Gable, your brand new NXT Tag Team Champions, defeating the Revival, 4 to 4 1/4 star bout there. Austin Aries over Baron Corbin. By default, the worst fight of the night, about 2.5 to 3 stars is the rating I would give that. And then Nakamura and Zayn stole the show, like I said, 5-star classic, greatest men's bout in NXT history. A brand new women's champion crown tonight. Asuka did it. She knocked off Bayley with her Asuka lock, which caused Bayley to pass out from the pain of it. Another 4 to 4 1/4, maybe 4.5 star bout there. And then the main event of the evening, Finn Balor successfully defending the NXT Championship once again against Samoa Joe. My Lord, what a night. So that's all there is to say about that. So a perfect 10 out of 10, no doubt about that. So with all that being said, let's get into it here. WrestleMania 32, of course, will be live this Sunday night on the WWE Network from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, Jerry World. And yeah, how in the world are they going to follow that? I don't know. Unfortunately, we do have some bad news. I'm afraid I have some bad news in the immortal words of Bad News Barrett. Derek Ferrera, the Hardcore Pipe Bomb, will not be joining us tonight due to the lateness of this. So we're hopeful of having him for Sunday night when we recap WrestleMania 32 on Michael Fletcher's channel, Braves Fan 95. Hopefully we'll have him ready for that. So, all right. So now that we got that out of the way, a stacked card. That's all there is to say about it. It's a stacked card. It's an 11 bout card, and well, we thought it was going to be a 7-4 deal. You know, a 7 on the main show, 4 on the pre-show. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think one of the pre-show matches has been added to the main show. Now that I'm looking at this, I mean...
Yeah, it was confirmed today. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale has actually been put back on the main card, so it's an 8-3.
Yes, 8-3. 8-3. 8 main show matches, 3 pre-show bouts. So there you have it. So so with all that being said, let's dive in, boys. It's the biggest show of the year, the showcase of the immortals, the night where careers and lives are going to be shaped forever. No question about it, especially after a couple of bouts on this card. One in particular, which we're going to save for last, and we are going to have maybe the most anticipated Shakespearean drama-laden moment in the history of this show. Michael Bullock has to make the decision of a lifetime. So, running out of time there, buddy. You're running out of time. So
I'm still thinking right now. It may be until it's my turn.
Don't worry, we're gonna make sure you go last on that. So
because I am having the toughest time predicting this match.
Yes, sir. I don't blame you. So with all that being said, let's dive in. It's WrestleMania 32. We got 3 matches on the pre-show. One of our favorite announcers, Mauro Ranallo, is going to be working it. We don't know who he's going to be working it with. Will he be working with Jerry Lawler? Will Byron Saxton be involved? JBL? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see come Sunday night. Of course, it starts Sunday at 5 o'clock on the WWE Network, and then at 6 o'clock, the second hour of that will be broadcast live and for free on the USA Network. So, oh, what a treat that is. So, oh man, I cannot believe it. I mean, it feels like just yesterday. I feel like just yesterday, guys. We were coming off WrestleMania 31, and now here we are already, WrestleMania 32. It's just crazy. And we've seen the setup, and man, oh man, if you thought the setup was already awesome, just wait till the finished product. That's all I can say about that. So, so with all that being said, here we go. And you know what? I mean, well, I think maybe I'll save. Well, all right. Well, now that the Andre Battle Royal has been put on the main card, I guess I was initially going to start with the Andre Battle Royal, but seeing as it's on the main card now, I guess we're just gonna have to. I think I'll make that as the first match of the main card, just to be fair. So I'm just going by the rundown of the 411 Mania preview. So we're gonna start off with the next match they had on the pre-show, which will be our first match. The Usos going up against the Dudley Boys. That's how we're gonna start this off here. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is a very tough match to call for me. I mean, this one can go either way. I mean, it really can. I mean, we all know the Dudley Boys, the most decorated tag team in the history of professional wrestling. Tag team championships all over the world. ECW, WCW, WWE, TNA. I mean, you name it, they've done it. Of course, the Usos, former tag team champions in their own right. You know, they held the titles for over 200 days, 202 days to be exact, a couple of years ago. 2014, they were the tag team of the year. They won the tag team of the year Slammy, which was very well justified. But this past year, they won it again, not so justified. Should have been the New Day. Just another case of sour grapes for me. But you know, it is what it is. But I expect this to be a solid bout. I expect it to be maybe a 2.5, maybe 3-star bout if we're lucky. It's probably going to be a TV quality matchup. You'll probably like something you would see on a Monday Night Raw or a Thursday Night SmackDown or whatever. But I think it's going to be a great match for what it is. And since it's a straight up wrestling match, I think I might give the edge to the Usos here. I'm going to call for the Usos to get the win here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if those damn Dudleys were to go over, but I got to go with the Usos to win this match. And but no matter who wins it, this feud is going to be far from over. I expect a rematch at Extreme Rules on May the 1st at the Allstate Arena, Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. So, and I'm also going to call it. I think it's going to be a tables match too. You heard that here first. So give me the Usos for now. So with all that said, Phenom, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on the Usos and the Dudleys?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ridiculously Over Anthony Florio. Yes, this is the Phenom Mike Bullock here for our WrestleMania preview edition of the Wrestling Forum. Delighted to be here as always, but especially delighted. It's WrestleMania weekend. It's finally here. I've been looking forward to it for a long time, and now it's finally here. We're less than 48 hours away from WrestleMania 32, and boy, oh boy, I am so excited about this. But then again, I'm always excited when it comes to WrestleMania. As far as this match goes, I am going to go with the Usos as well because I just think they're far more younger than the Dudley Boys, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Dudleys are definitely one of the most decorated teams, but the thing is, I think the Usos I think they need this win more than the Dudleys, and so I really got nothing more to say except give me the Usos, and I do agree. I think this rivalry is going to continue at Extreme Rules in a tables match. without a shadow of a doubt. So give me the Usos to win this on the kickoff show. So Fletch, now I give it up. I give it up to my main man Michael Fletcher for his thoughts on this. Fletcher, your thoughts on this match and your excitement for the biggest night of the year, WrestleMania.
Well, I don't know about the excitement for the biggest night of the year because after what I just saw, and I think what after the whole world just saw from NXT Takeover Dallas,
Oh, WrestleMania's got a hard. They got a
yeah,
hard. They got a tough act to
yeah,
follow, if I might say so.
good luck trying to top that. Um, I think we all can agree that was a 10 out of 10, a perfect score. No match stunk tonight. You want to know what a master class is, or you want to know what the best wrestling promotion in the world today is? It's NXT.
Amen.
And there's nothing.
NXT, NXT, NXT.
Normally, I would rip you for interrupting me, Michael Bullock, but I'm going to let you go on that one because I'm with you. NXT, NXT, NXT. Guarantee on that. I mean, it was an amazing show, no doubt about it. And like I said, good luck to WWE to try to top that at WrestleMania. But I will say this. When I first heard about this fight, I was not too thrilled about this match. I think I was kind of one of the very few that actually wasn't looking forward to this fight, but it is what it is. We got it now, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. I truly think that this could be the Usos' moment, even though I know the IWC has definitely turned on the Usos lately, but I think it's kind of more guilty by association type of a deal. They've been very good former tag team champions, but now you're going up against the most decorated tag team in all of professional wrestling in those damn Dudleys. Their heel turn has been pretty good, not great, and they have solidified themselves as a really good tag team. I think I could even easily say they're probably the greatest tag team in professional wrestling history. I mean, they're better than any other team. Any team you can throw at me, I'll probably say the Dudleys are better because of the lineage and the times that they've won the tag team championship, from the ECW days to the WCW days to the WWF days and WWE days to TNA. I mean, the only titles that I don't ever think they ever held was like New Japan Pro Wrestling or Ring of Honor. But if they would have ever held those, then without a doubt, they are the greatest tag team in professional wrestling history. And I kind of feel like Anthony said, I think the rivalry will not end after WrestleMania. So, um, so I probably will say, this will probably be the great moment, in my opinion, and this is just my thoughts only, that that the Dudleys will win this fight. I think they'll win it by cheating. I think they'll pull the rug out from under them, and they will be, it'll be a victory for them. So that's all I'll say about that. Okay, Anthony, let me just clarify that because of the fact that they were never recognized either in WWE, WCW, or TNA to have held the IWGP belt. Even though we recognize it IWC wise, none of the other companies actually recognized them as IWGP Tag Team Champions. Just like when Jeff Jarrett won the AAA Mega Championship, they never, understandable, but never official. That's the problem. Never official. That's like Jeff Jarrett winning the AAA Heavyweight Championship, and TNA never really recognized him as the champion. They only called him the champion of Mexico, but they never universally recognized him as the AAA Mega Champion. So it's kind of an apples to oranges type debate, more than anything else. So that's why. But that's an argument for another day. I'm not going to get into it tonight. because, like we said, it's WrestleMania. So Dudley's win. They move on. Let's just move on with the next bout of the night.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna move on to a 10 Diva tag team matchup. Team Total Divas versus Team Beautiful and Blonde. That's how we're gonna go here. For the it's BAD and it's a Team Bad and Blonde. Yeah. The Total Divas team, of course, you got Brie Bella, Paige, Natalia, Alicia Fox, and yes, Eva Marie, Gulp, going up against the Bad and Blonde team, which will include the in-ring debut of Lana, the Ravishing Russian, along with Summer Rae, Naomi, Tamina, and Emma. So, Total Divas, Bad and Blonde, 10 Diva tag team bout. We started off with the Phenom, Michael Bullock. Your thoughts on this first of two Divas fights at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I think this is I think this will be an okay match, but it really isn't going to be anything special. We've seen this thing go on for a while. Especially with Lana and Brie Bella, and then of course you see everybody else getting involved in this, and of course we were all surprised on Monday Night Raw. We all kept wondering who was the mystery partner going to be for Team Total Divas, and it was Eva Marie, and let's just say, everybody around the IWC was not happy, and WWE was I could say was pretty disappointed in the fan reaction to the return of Eva Marie, but let me get it clear to them. I'll tell you what, face or heel, you know she's going to be hated by the IWC because, number one, she can't wrestle for, well, you know where I'm going, but since this is WrestleMania, I'm not going to go too far into it. But the one thing I'm interested in seeing is Lana. How is she going to be first time ever stepping into the ring in action? That to me, I'm going to say, is going to be the wild card in this match. Lana. Everybody else all the other divas have been in the ring before, but Lana to me is going to be the wild card in this. So, but to me, because Team Total Divas is so popular, especially with that show on E, I have to go with Team Total Divas to win this one. So Fletch, your thoughts on this 10 Diva tag team match?
Yeah, I totally agree with what you were saying, Michael Bullock. This is going to be a very good. This is going to be a decent fight. I'm not going to call this the best fight or anything like that. I truly believe that this is going to be one of those matches that where I know the fans are not going to really give two you know what's about it, or they're not going to like what they're going to see at when it comes to this match, to say the very least. But whatever the case may be, um, it's gonna be an interesting match. I don't know. It's kind of more of a safety net for the Ravishing Russian Lana. I think she's gonna protect herself in this fight, and I think WWE is gonna protect her as well, because she is so brand new to the wrestling thing that the fans are not going to like one bit what she's gonna bring to the table. It's definitely going to be an interesting dynamic, but I think she's going to be very limited in this fight. And I think just to really, just because WWE has been known to like to stick it to the IWC, I think the Total Diva team is going to win it, and I think Eva Marie is going to get the winning pinfall. I think she's going to win the match for Team Total Divas. I think the fans are really going to dump on this, and this is going to leave a little bit of a sour note for us, but it is what it is. Thank God I don't have to review this fight Sunday night on the recap of WrestleMania. Because I do not envy Anthony, Derek, and Mike Bullock, because they're gonna have to deal with this fight. Um, But I will say this. I mean, it is what it is. Team Total Divas wins it, and I do believe Eva Marie will get the winning pin. I'll say she'll pin Emma just for junk and giggles. Florio, it's yours.
Yeah, there's no question about this. This is going to be a disaster. This is going to be a train wreck. It's not going to be. Don't expect a 4-star bout, a 4-star quality bout like what we saw with Bailey and Asuka tonight. It is not going to be anything like that. Believe me, it is going to be nothing like that. This is going to be a cluster bleep. I believe that in my heart of hearts. This is going to be an absolute mess. I could go as far as to say this is going to be the worst fight of the pre-show. Heck, I could say it's going to be the worst fight of the entire card combined. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, especially when you have the quality of Eva Marie, because let's face it, I mean, everybody knows she can't wrestle. She's got X-Pac heat. She's got that go-away heat. That, that's all there is to it. So that's why the IWC always, dumps on her like they do. So just wanted to get that off my chest. But
And when is WWE going to get it through their thick skulls?
Well, they're in a roster situation right now, Bullock, and we're going to have to we're going like what Bautista said a couple years ago. We're just going to have to deal with it. So that's all there is to say about that, even though we don't like it. But it is what it is. But as far as this is concerned, like Bullock said, I'm looking most forward to the in-ring debut of Lana, and I really want to see what she can do. And other than that, I mean, it should be an interesting bout, and this is what I call the let's get all the divas on the card match. That's all there is to say on that. I mean, I'm glad they're all going to get a WrestleMania payday because everybody knows how huge that payday is anyway. So as much as I'm happy about that, 10 Diva tag. I mean, I'm glad they put this on the pre-show and not on the main show because let's face it, this would have been the bathroom break fight right here. But at the end of the day, I'm going with the Total Divas team to win, and I do agree with Fletch's prediction about Eva Marie getting the winning fall. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Eva score the winning fall. So yeah, I'm going with the Total Diva team to win that bout. Our third and final pre-show bout for the United States Heavyweight Championship, champion Kalisto of the Lucha Dragons going up against the big guy, Ryback. Feed me more. So with all that said, Michael Fletcher, Cerebral Viper, Kalisto, Ryback, United States Heavyweight Championship. I already know who you have, but are you going to change your tune, or are you still going all the way with your pick all along?
No, I think we're gonna have a new champion, guys. I think we're gonna have a crowning of a new United States Heavyweight Champion. I think Ryback is winning this belt, and I think Kalisto's gonna give it an opportunity. I think he's gonna give it a pretty good a good chance. But Ryback's just too big, too strong, and the way that they've been building him lately, he's just a monster now. And I think if he does not win this belt, I'm going to be stunned. Is going to be my prediction in this one. I just don't see how Kalisto overcomes this. I know they love to give him that little underdog push, which would be great. But I think at this point in the game, I just don't see how he can actually pull it off and win the title. I believe in my heart of hearts that this is not going to be even close. Big man versus little guy. I think big man crushes little guy. He's going to win the belt. I have a new United States Heavyweight Champion. I got the big guy. I got Ryback. Feed me more and then some. Florio, it's yours.
We agree again, Michael Fletcher. I agree with you 100%. I have Ryback going over as well. I got Ryback becoming the new United States Heavyweight Champion. And I think this is a title he should have held a long time ago, to be honest with you. But, they had other ideas for his character. But hey, I mean, they turned him heel, on that Monday Night Raw in Detroit, which, let's not kid ourselves, that was far and away the best Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania. Let's not kid ourselves because of all the news that came out of that night. And that was one of them. Ryback, walked out on Kane and the Big Show during a 6-man tag team bout with the Wyatt family. So So that's the reason for this, and yeah, so I'm expecting another TV quality bout here. I'm expecting about a 2 to 2.5 star fight at best. If anybody can get a good match out of Ryback, I think Kalisto can do it. So, but at the end of the day, though, I got Ryback winning. Ryback will become the new United States Heavyweight Champion and feed me more. That's all there is to say about it. So, give me the big guy as your new United States Heavyweight Champion. Phenom, are we going to make it unanimous or what?
Yeah, I'm going to make it unanimous as well. I'm going to go with Ryback to become the new United States heavyweight champion because I mean nothing against nothing against Kalisto. I mean he's been a good champion and he's overcome the odds, but in the end, I just think it's going to be too much for Kalisto. I mean Ryback's just too strong, he's too big, and I mean, I'll be surprised if Kalisto walks out still the United States heavyweight champion. So Ryback will win. Feed me more. Feed me more. Nothing more to say. Florio, now let's move on to the main card of WrestleMania 32.
I think it's only fitting that we started off with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals. I mean, seeing as that's how 4-on-1 started off their preview anyway. So I think we should just start it off with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as far as the main card is concerned. And well, choice of participants are as follows, gentlemen. All 4 members of the Social Outcast: Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas. The Big Show: Kane, Tyler Breeze, Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, Fandango, Damian Sandow, Darren Young, both members of the Ascension, Connor and Victor, Goldust, and R-Truth. So those are your confirmed participants for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Wikipedia has it listed as a 20-man Battle Royal. I don't think I ran down 20 names just now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 4 open spots here, boys. I only have 16 according to my notes here. So we might have some surprise entrants here. You never know. But this is very tough to call. But if I'm going to pick a winner here, I got to go with Kane. I like Kane in this Battle Royal. Because y'all know Cesaro won it 2 years ago. What he did with the Big Show. One of the main reasons why WrestleMania 30 is the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I mean, I still have that awesome image in my mind. Oh, was that awesome to watch. And then, of course, Big Show winning it last year in San Fran as part of that big night for the Authority. And last year's WrestleMania was an Authority night, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. But Demon Kane, I think, wins this Battle Royal this time because and I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to him and the Big Show at the end. I really wouldn't. Now, I've read some preview columns from various sites, and one guy from ProWrestling.net, not Jason Powell, another guy, his name is Hayden Gleed, another great writer for ProWrestling.net. He did a WrestleMania 32 preview, and he even went as far as to say that he has Titus O'Neil winning it. He thinks Titus O'Neil is going to be a surprise entrant, and Titus O'Neil is going to win the Andre Battle Royal, despite the whole suspension thing. But honestly, I don't see that happening. Honestly, but I would love to see it, but I don't think so. But read into it what you will. But I got Kane winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm thinking probably 2.5, probably a 2.5 star fight at best. That's all I can say. So give me the Demon Kane to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It's going to be him and the Big Show at the end, but this time Kane wins it. So Michael Bullock, Phenom, who you got in the 3rd annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Yeah, I got Demon Kane winning this one too. I mean after what we saw when Kane basically took out like everyone that's involved in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I mean, I just have to say I think he's the favorite, and let's not forget his history in Battle Royal matches. Let's not forget the 2001 Royal Rumble where at that time he held the record for the most eliminations, so he knows what it's like to be in in a battle royal. So, and I do agree. I think it's going to come down to him and the Big Show as the final two combatants to see who will take home the third ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy. Of course, we know the first two winners of it. Of course, Cesaro 2 years ago, and then last year it was the Big Show. So now I think you can add the Demon Kane to that list. So Demon Kane wins the third ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So Fletcher, I ask you, are we going to make this unanimous, or do you have someone else winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
This is actually really tough, and this is going to be the toughest decision of the night because I don't think it can go either way. When you get 20 participants in a fight like this, the odds of you picking the right winner is it's like a needle in a haystack. Normally, you kind of get a feel of, okay, these guys are the favorites, so we're looking at certain people that we think that could win this. I've heard names like Braun Strowman, I've heard Bray Wyatt. Yes, I've heard Titus O'Neil. I've even heard possibly Antonio Cesaro might be coming back tomorrow night, on Sunday night and winning this, being the first two-time winner of it. Big Show, I've heard Kane. So it's so wide open that it can go anybody's guess on who could win it. So I'm sorry, I just don't know. I'll I'll say okay, and I'll agree with you guys to say Kane, but I'm not gonna be shocked if it's one of the four new entries that gets in it, or even somebody that that's gonna be out of nowhere. I think they're gonna win it over this. So nothing more to say. I'll say Kane wins, but I'm kind of on reserve on that decision. So let's move on.
All right, next up on our WrestleMania 32 preview edition of the Wrestling Forum, we're going to see it for the fourth time. The phenomenal AJ Styles one-on-one with Chris Jericho. Michael Bullock, you started off. Who do you got in Jericho Styles 4?
All I can say is I think this is going to be it's going to be a really good fight here. I mean, the first three bouts between Chris Jericho and AJ Styles have been real good, and I think this one here will be no different. I think it'll be somewhere in the top somewhere in the top five for fights of the night here, if I'm going to be quite honest, just because of the body of work with AJ Styles and, of course, with Chris Jericho as well. So, yeah, I mean, Jericho, as you've seen, he's become so upset with the way the fans have been over AJ Styles, but who hasn't been? I mean, with what he's done in his wrestling career, I mean, especially in TNA wrestling, and Fletcher and Florio know a lot about him in TNA, and now I'm starting to learn a whole hell of a lot about him here in WWE. So now, who do I have winning this match? Whew. I am going to go with the phenomenal AJ Styles in this one. I mean, this is his first WrestleMania. You want to have him. You want to have him come out a winner in his first WrestleMania. I think it would be wrong to do that. I mean, Chris Jericho's had some big moments at WrestleMania before, but I think this is AJ Styles' time to shine on the grandest stage in them all. So, give me the phenomenal AJ Styles to win this match. So, Fletcher, I give it to you.
That crowd is going to be absolutely electric for AJ Styles. It's going to be a moment that I think we're going to have goosebumps up and down our bodies. We were going crazy when Nakamura came out tonight in the NXT takeover. There's going to be that type of level of electricity in AT&T Stadium when the phenomenal AJ Styles makes his debut at WrestleMania. He's been in some of the biggest events of his life. The last major event he was in, he had almost 40 He was in front of over 45,000 in the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom 10 when he fought Shinsuke Nakamura. AJ, you're about to get a dose of the biggest wrestling event in the world, WrestleMania, and you're gonna be probably in line of about maybe 95 to 100,000. I don't think you've never been in front of a larger crowd than you're gonna be for this fight in this fight in this match. So I mean, I believe AJ will definitely rise to the occasion. I think AJ wins this match. Anthony, it's yours.
Yes. Make it unanimous. I got AJ Styles winning here too. I mean, I think this is going to be the best match of the series right here. Um, I, for the life of me, I don't understand why they're going back to this match again. It's already been done 3 times. AJ's already come out on top twice, most notably at Fastlane, which was unbelievable. And second best fight of that show, of course, Lesnar, Reigns, and Ambrose stole the show that night. We all remember that. But yeah, should be a great match for what it is. I agree with Fletch about the crowd. I mean, that crowd's going to be jacked up for it. Um, I mean, great action throughout. It's going to be one of the top fights of the night. I'm thinking 3.5 to 4 stars. That's my early rating for this bout. So I'm going with phenomenal AJ Styles to win it. I'm hoping that he does it with the Styles Clash, but my guess is if Styles does go over, it'll probably be the Calf Crusher again. So give me the phenomenal AJ Styles. I agree with you boys 100%. So should be a fantastic match. So all right. Next up on our preview here, 4-on-3 handicap match, the League of Nations going up against the New Day. Cerebral Viper, Michael Fletcher. New Day, League of Nations, 4-on-3 handicap match. Who you got in this one?
What made this really interesting is that, at first it was 4-on-3 for the tag team titles, and then inexplicably, and for some odd reason, the belt came off the table. The title is no longer in play. So now the WWE Tag Team Championships are not in play. So now it's just a regular 4-on-3 handicap. It's going to be a good battle. It's going to be an interesting showdown, no doubt about it, to say the very least. But at the end of the day, it's going to be one of those matches that it's going to be definitely an interesting thing to see. I do know for a fact that the New Day is promised a humongous WrestleMania entrance, which has gotten the people very excited for, and we're going to see what they're going to pull out for them. I've heard a whole bunch of things. I heard them coming out in unicorns. I've heard they're going to have a huge trombone ensemble. So, I mean, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what they're going to do. All I know is that, it is worthy and picturesque of a WrestleMania scenery more than anything else. What's going to happen there? Who knows? But I do know one thing is for sure. I got the New Day beating the League of Nations in this match because I just have to say it like everybody else has been saying it for the last few months, just because of the fact that the New Day rocks. So I'm going to call it my prediction. New Day wins. So, Anthony, I give it to you.
Consensus is going with the New Day to win this bout. Michael Fletcher, you got this one on the money again. I agree with you once again. I got the New Day going over as well. Let's face it, the New Day is over like Rover right now, and the League of Nations, not. I mean, they started out strongly. They did have that moment, when they took out New Day on that Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago when the New Day retained the tag team titles on the March 14th Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh. But yeah, League of Nations, isn't really doing much for me right now. I mean, when this whole thing first started, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I liked the idea of the faction. I thought this was going to be a fun faction, but oh boy, have I been wrong. But you got to go with the hot hand right now, and the hot hand is most definitely the New Day. Should be a very interesting 4-on-3 match. I mean, that New Day entrance, oh my goodness. I mean, that's going to be a sight to see. But then again, a lot of the entrances, I expect so many of the entrances at WrestleMania to be, a sight to see. So, oh man, I'm thinking 2.5 to 3 stars will be my rating for this bout. Even though my excitement level for it is, right around the meh level, but I hope they prove me wrong and they deliver a passable match at best. This is not one of the matches I'm the most excited about, but because these matches have a tendency to be slow and boring at times. So hopefully I'm wrong about that. But at the end though, this is it's an easy one to call. It's the New Day going over. So with that said, Michael Bullock, are we gonna make it unanimous again? Do you have New Day going over, or do you have the League of Nations going over?
I got the New Day winning this one. I'm going to make it unanimous here. I mean, yeah, they're so over right now, and the League of Nations. I mean, in the beginning they were. I did like the idea as well, but since then, I mean, it's been not good. So yeah, I can only imagine what that entrance is going to be like for New Day at WrestleMania. So yeah, so give me the New Day to win this one. So Florio, let's move on to our next match.
Okay. Let me see. Um, okay. I'm just waiting for my notes to load. All right. Here we go. 7-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Champion Kevin Owens defending against The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Stardust, Zack Ryder, and Lucha Dragon Sin Cara. Man, oh man alive. So this is going to be a fun match. Now this is a match I'm looking forward to. Because we saw the match last year. Same match, 7-man match. Daniel Bryan won it. That's not why it was awesome. But nonetheless, just the overall body of work of that match last year in San Francisco, which kicked off WrestleMania 31, the main card, that is. What can I say? I mean, it was one of the fights of the night. I mean, we saw some of the sickest moves we ever saw. I mean, I still can't get over when Luke Harper powerbombed Dean Ambrose through that ladder. Oof. I still cringe thinking about it. But man. But I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting this match to be even more intense and have even more sick spots. And that's all I can say about it. So it's very tough to predict a winner here. But you know me. When I have a tough time, I always have to go with who the consensus goes with. And I'll tell you right now, they're torn. It's between Kevin Owens retaining or we crown a new champion in Sami Zayn. And let me tell you something. Well, actually, before I do that, one writer, when I read a column, when asked who he has winning, he says, "Winner, the fans." Yeah, I agree with that 100%. We're going to be the winners because we're going to have a lot of fun watching this, believe me. But at the end of the day, definitely between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens winning the title in that fatal 5-way match on Monday Night Raw back in February 15th, I believe. I think it was the February 15th edition of Monday Night Raw. Yes, because that was the go-home show to Fastlane. Yes, and that's when Ziggler challenged him. Yep, that's the one. So February 15th, Owens won the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, match made by Stephanie McMahon as a punishment for Dean Ambrose. But should be a fun match. It's going to be one of my top fights of the night for sure. But at the end, I'm so torn. Do I go with Kevin Owens to retain, or do I go with Sami Zayn winning the belt? After what Sami Zayn did tonight, after that 5-star performance he had with Shinsuke Nakamura at TakeOver Dallas tonight, that's good enough for me. I'm calling it. New Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion Ole, ole, ole. The man formerly known as El Generico from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I got Sami. No, I'm gonna go by his Twitter handle. I like Sami Zayn. Yes, I like Sami Zayn to walk out of WrestleMania, the brand new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Would I be surprised if Owens retains? No, I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't. But even though Sami Zayn lost to Shinsuke Nakamura tonight, Sami Zayn just gained a hell of a lot of momentum going into this bout here tonight. And I think he's going to carry that into WrestleMania, and that's why I have him walking out the new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. I think this is going to be better than last year. I really do. Just saying. So Sami Zayn is the new champ. Michael Bullock, another tough one to call here. Who you got in this 7-man ladder match? What the? Oh. Whoa, hold on. Breaking news from the world of sports. My friends, I cannot believe I'm saying this. Michael Fletcher is reporting. The Golden State Warriors have lost the home game. What?
Yes!
A
Yes!
54
Yes!
game
Yes!
streak has been ended. 109-106. The Boston Celtics of
What?
all teams has knocked off the Golden State Warriors. The NBA World Champions have lost at home.
Go ahead, Michael Bullock. Let it out.
Yes! 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 Oh, hell freaking yes!
What do you think about? How about that, Bullock? What do you think of that?
Oh, that is just awesome. And I'll tell you this right now. The Celtics this season have given the Golden State Warriors fits.
Amen. Yeah.
They actually almost ended the perfect season for them earlier this year at the TD Garden. And
Yeah. Back in December. Yep.
And now they beat the champs on their home court. I'm going to tell you this right now. The Celtics, I don't know where they were in the power rankings. Where would you guys have them if we were doing one?
They were probably around, the 6, 7, 8 range, at least in my eyes?
Well,
Yeah.
After this, I think they deserve a big-time jump after a win like this.
I'll tell you one thing. Goodbye, Golden State from the number 1 spot.
Wow.
I'll say this right now. If we were doing a power rankings, Celtics would be in the top 5.
Oh, absolutely. After that, come on.
How can you not put the Celtics in the top 5 after a win like that?
And that's a meaningful win for the Boston Celtics, too, because of the fact that they're fighting for the number 3 spot in the Eastern Conference. That's a humongous win for the Boston Celtics. And I know you're not the only one who's happy right now. Derek Ferrera's probably going absolutely bonkers. Kaiser Murray Butler's probably going absolutely ballistic.
Are you kidding?
And
that was a statement win for the Celtics.
Well, I don't
Biggest
know
win of the year.
I don't know about statement wins, Michael Bullock, but
just to show, hey, we can hang around the big boys. We can hang around with teams like the Golden State Warriors or the Cleveland Cavaliers for whatnot.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This is a major victory for them and a devastating loss for Golden State because now they got to be very careful. If they want to break the 72-10 record, this is loss number 8. They can only afford 2 more. Well, actually, one more will break. One more. Yeah, they can only afford 1 more. They would need to win 5 out of the next 6 games in order to preserve the record.
Man. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Wow. That definitely just threw us for a loop. My. Or another one of my funny sayings. Well, that was a fine how-do. That's all I can say about that. Wow.
Or as you would like to say, so that happened.
Amen. Yes. You called it, Bullock. That's definitely a so that happened moment. Wow. Wow.
All right. Well, now I got to talk about this. I don't know how I could follow that.
Well, real quick, real very quick. remaining schedule for the Golden State Warriors. They got the next 3 at home. They got Portland coming in, then they got Minnesota coming in. Those should be 2 wins right there. But watch out, because Thursday night they got the San Antonio Spurs coming in. And then they go to Memphis next Saturday night, at San Antonio again, and then they host Memphis to close the season. So based on that schedule, does Golden State, does Golden State pull it off? Do they do the unthinkable?
The only problem is that game against San Antonio, I
2.
think they're going to lose. I
There's
think
2
they're
of them.
going to. Well, here's the thing. Isn't one of them in San Antonio?
Yes.
They're
Sunday,
losing
April
that
10th.
game. No, they're
Next
losing
Sunday.
that game. They're losing that
I
game.
agree. I agree.
I think that's going to be loss number 9, and then pick your poison on number 10. I don't think they. I think they'll tie the record. I don't think they're breaking it. I
Well,
don't
they
see
have
them.
Portland. Well, they have Portland. They got Portland coming in Sunday night. That's at Golden State.
Yeah, well, that's a win.
They got Minnesota coming in Tuesday.
That's a win.
San Antonio comes into Golden State Thursday night on TNT.
Well, I think they'll win that game.
And then they go to Memphis next Saturday night.
Memphis hasn't been playing so great, so it's a 50-50. If Memphis plays their A game, they win. If they don't, if Golden State plays like they've been playing all year long, then I think Golden State could win. That's a 50-50 for me.
And then they have a back-to-back, and then the following night, next Sunday, April 10th, that's the game at San Antonio.
Guaranteed loss.
I agree. And then the final game of the season, Wednesday, April 13th, at home against the Memphis Grizzlies.
And I think they'll win that game. So that would give them the 9 losses.
Yeah.
They would break the record there.
Absolutely.
So basically, they can only afford one more loss. That safety net's only 1 loss. Once they go past that, they'll either tie the record because they won't break it at that point.
But we're in agreement. They're definitely going to get 70. There's no doubt about it. So, yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out over the next couple of weeks or so before the playoffs start April 17th, I believe. All right, well, we'll find that out. But all right. Excuse me. So with all that being said, let's go back to Michael Bullock for his thoughts on the 7-man ladder match. All right, Bullock. Back to WrestleMania now.
All right. Well, we know Stardust, Zack Ryder, they're not going to win that. Not even Sin Cara. Definitely not The Miz. So it's definitely going to come down to me, either to Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. And I got to agree with Florio. After what we saw tonight, with what Sami Zayn did at NXT TakeOver Dallas, being involved in a 5-star classic match against Shinsuke Nakamura, he definitely does carry some momentum, and I'm calling as well. Sami Zayn is going to walk out your new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. So that being said, Fletch,
You know what? Normally in any situation, I would agree with you guys, but Kevin Owens is so used to the ladder matches or the ladder wars. So is Sami Zayn. It's almost fitting that these 2 men are in this match. I totally dismiss all the other guys, but I truly believe that this rivalry is going to continue. But I don't think it's going to be over just yet. I think the right move to do, and I'm going to go against the consensus, is I'm going to say Kevin Owens wins the match and successfully defends the title. I think, you can't have every belt change hand at WrestleMania, and I don't think every title will change hands. This is going to be one of those exceptions to the rules. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say it. Sami Zayn will not win this. I got Kevin Owens in KO Mania winning the match and successfully defending the title. I got Kevin Owens still the Intercontinental Champion.
All right, fair enough, Fletch. So it's a 2-1 deal on that. So, all right, but we're all in agreement. That's going to be an awesome fight anyway. So, all right, next, and I believe Michael Fletcher starts it off. Oh, we're gonna have some fun here. Triple threat match for the WWE Divas Championship. Champion Charlotte defending against Sasha Banks, against the boss Sasha Banks, and the Irish Lass Kicker Becky Lynch. It's only fitting that the Cerebral Viper Michael Fletcher starts this one off because we all know the love affair he has with both Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. So, all right, Fletch, I don't envy you. You got to pick your poison here. Who you got in this highly anticipated Divas bout?
This could go down as one of the greatest women's fights in WrestleMania history. This could be the one that gives Trish Stratus and Mickie James and the epic fight in WrestleMania 22 a run for their money. And they got some competition to deal with because I think the Asuka versus Bayley fight from NXT TakeOver Dallas was absolutely phenomenal. I think we can definitely say this was at least a 4-star fight tonight in my eyes. This had everything and then some. And the thing is that what was the reason for Stephanie McMahon to talk about a Diva Revolution, to shake things up in the division when she brought these 3 ladies into the fold? Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. This is why. To see professional women's wrestling get taken to places it's never been before, and to be in the spotlight and in a decree and a day that we would probably say, thank God there are no more ho-hum diva fights, and we actually got great professional, technical, pure wrestling. And you want the ultimate coup for these 3 lovely ladies? They are literally on the marquee outside of AT&T Stadium. All 3 of their photos are outside with Triple H, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, and Shane McMahon. That means this fight is a highlight mega match. This is a highlight match spotlighted for WrestleMania purposely, because they just don't put your name on the marquee just for any type of event. Sasha Banks got to see it yesterday and literally broke down in tears. That's what this match means for her. As a little girl from Boston, Massachusetts, she dreamt of this moment. For Becky Lynch, like I said it on the wrestling forum, I'll reiterate it again. She was out of the wrestling business for 7 years. She was out because she injured her knee to the point that many doctors told her that she would never wrestle again. She had to get away from the ring. She retired at 19 years old. And now 7 years later, at the age of 26, she is now in a marquee fight at WrestleMania. For Charlotte Flair, she is continuing a family lineage that was paved the way by her father, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, the 16-time world champion. And now Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha are on a collision course for what could be immortality. They are about to make and pave their way into a possibility of not only becoming in the level of Trish Stratus and Lita, but they might even be they could end up at the night where people could be talking about them in the same breath of Sherry Martel, the fabulous Moolah Lillian Ellison, Mae Young, Wendy Richter, and the greatest women's professional wrestlers of all time if they give us a 5-star classic and a fight to remember. And I know these ladies are going to leave everything on the line. The one thing I would probably say is, what is there's going to be a lot of nerves for all these women. I don't think they've never ever wrestled in a facility like AT&T Stadium, and I don't think they've ever wrestled in such a humongous stage. This is bigger than any NXT show. I mean, think about it. Sasha Banks, her biggest claim was she fought at NXT Takeover in Brooklyn, New York. So did Becky. So did Charlotte. They all fought on a pay-per-view type level. Now take 20,000 and add another 80,000, and that's going to be possibly the attendance you'll get for WrestleMania. This is without a doubt the biggest fight of their young careers. And well, like I said, we talked about the Diva Revolution. This is what it means for all three ladies. And with the possibility and almost certainty of the women's championship coming back to WWE, the winner of this fight is gonna be the new flag bearer of a new women's division. Who's that gonna be? You know, we've been saying it for months. My thoughts have been very true since I saw what happened at the Royal Rumble. And I think without a shadow of a doubt, it is gonna be the time of the boss. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am going out on a limb, and I'm calling for Sasha Banks, the boss, to realize her dream and become the new WWE, soon to be renamed Women's Champion. Because after Monday night, that is it. We are not going to be calling this the Divas title anymore. Gentlemen, I think after this show, after WrestleMania, I am going to call it as such. Sasha Banks is the new WWE Women's Champion. Anthony Floyer, it's yours.
I just came across this news item. Bailey's superfan, that little girl, Izzy, I was informed that she had to be carried out of the venue by her father due to her inconsolably crying after Bailey lost the women's championship tonight to Asuka. So it's in part of some pro wrestling thread group that I'm in on Facebook. So, oh man, that's tough to hear. But I'll tell you, Garrett Ferreira. I mean, he posted it on the Wrestling Forum Facebook page Wednesday afternoon at approximately 2:30. The post goes as follows: hashtag Divas title to be retired and hashtag WWE Women's title to be brought back. WWE finally caved and the decision was made to rebrand the Divas division as the Women's division. The official announcement will be made on Monday's Raw from Dallas, the night after WrestleMania. The news was first reported by PW Insider and it has since been verified. It has since been verified independently. A new women's championship belt has already commissioned. From what we've been told, the new women's championship bears a strong similarity to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt, but only smaller. Charlotte, of course, will defend the Divas Championship against Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. We'll find out on Sunday night which of the three will have the honor of retiring the Divas Championship and ushering in the new era of women's wrestling in the WWE. So, yeah. And Michael Fletcher, you're going to be very delighted to hear. Reading the consensus here, it looks like the consensus agrees with you. The consensus is going with the boss, Sasha Banks, to walk out of WrestleMania as the new Divas Champion. One thing I think we can all agree on, Charlotte is not walking out of WrestleMania as the Divas Champion. I think we're all in agreement on that. If she were to retain, it would be the most shocking retaining of a title I've seen since Randy Orton successfully defended the WWE Championship in a triple threat match against Triple H and John Cena at WrestleMania 24. We all remember that. Nobody gave Orton a chance except for one person. That was Michael Fletcher. Michael Fletcher just had a gut feeling about Randy Orton winning that bout, and go figure, Randy Orton walked out of Orlando still the WWE champion. He was one of the 8% who voted for Randy Orton. So that's all there is to say on that. That would be the biggest shock if Charlotte would have successfully defended. But so it's between Sasha and Becky. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would love to see Becky Lynch, finally get that moment in the sun. Because she came up short for the NXT Women's Championship on multiple occasions. She came up short for the Divas Championship against Charlotte on that debut Thursday Night SmackDown, as we started the Mauro Ranallo era, and then came up short again after the Royal Rumble. It's very simply put. My heart tells me to go with Becky Lynch, but my gut is telling me to go with Sasha Banks. And you know me, I always go with the consensus when I can't make up my mind. So once again, I'm going with the consensus here. I got the boss, Sasha Banks, walking out of WrestleMania as the new Divas champion. Would I be surprised if Becky Lynch would have won the title? No, absolutely not. She's more than capable of getting a run with that title, no doubt about it. But I would be very surprised if Charlotte successfully defends. As much as I love her, and you guys know the love affair I have with Charlotte Flair, everyone knows that by now. So I'd be very surprised if my number one diva comes out of this still the champ. But at the end, I got to go with the consensus here. I got to go with the boss, Sasha Banks. And like Fletcher says, if they give this the appropriate amount of time, and we don't get any Ric Flair shenanigans or anything like that during this bout, I still feel in my heart of hearts this will surpass Trish Stratus and Mickie James from 22 as the greatest women's match in the history of WrestleMania. Sasha Banks wins the title. So, Michael Bullock, do you agree with me and Fletcher? Are we going to make it unanimous yet again? Or do you have somebody else coming out as the new champion? Or do you have somebody else walking out with the title at WrestleMania? Michael Bullock, your thoughts on this humongous Divas match?
Yeah, well, to me, I'm gonna make it 3 for 3. I'm going with Sasha Banks to come out as your new Divas champion, or as soon going to be known as the new Women's champion. I mean, Sasha Banks has worked hard. I mean, you've seen that the video diary with her journey and the emotion that was coming out of her when she saw the stadium. I think she's ready to go. And like you said about Becky Lynch, she's definitely going to be ready to go. And Charlotte, of course, learning from her father, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. This is definitely going to be another one of the top fights of the night for WrestleMania. So Sasha Banks is going to win this one. So Florio, let's move on.
Oh man! All right. Now we're going to have some fun. Now we're going to get into the main events. The 3 main events. You could call this the triple main event of WrestleMania 32. No holds barred street fight. The Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman going up against the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. Batten down the hatches. And may God have mercy on all those souls in AT&T Stadium, because this is going to be the very epitome and the personification of the words, be a man, fight. This is going to, I'll tell you right now, these 3 main events are going to be the 3 fights of the night. I'm not going to kid you. I'm going to be honest with you. But I just think this one's going to be the second best of the 3. This, to me, is going to be the second best fight of the night. I've got this as like a 4 to 4.5 star bout. I think we're going to see a new level of violence that we haven't seen probably since the end of an era. Hell in a Cell with Triple H and The Undertaker. You thought that thing was violent? My friends and my brothers in arms here, you ain't seen nothing yet. anytime a guy like Dean Ambrose can get the barbed wire baseball bat from Mick Foley, the hardcore legend, and the chainsaw of Chainsaw Charlie, alias Terry Funk, my Lord in heaven. And if WWE does the right thing here, give us some blood, please. We want to see some blood in this fight. Agreed, boys? Don't we want to see blood in this fight? I know I do.
Oh yeah, especially after tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura getting busted open by Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe getting busted open in the first minute of the bout against Finn Balor. Whew, my Lord. But, oh yeah, we're going to see levels of violence and hardcore and intensity like we've never seen before. Given the volatile, vicious, bloodthirsty, cutthroat natures of both of these guys, yeah. This is not going to be a 5-star Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat technical masterclass. No. This is going to be a 4 to 4.5 star, all out, anything goes, hardcore, physical, smash mouth, blood engulfed war between two guys who plain don't like each other. The build has been, this is one feud that's actually gotten some decent build going into WrestleMania. And this is definitely about I'm really excited about I'm really looking forward to, even though I'm more of a technical wrestling fan, just like Michael Bullock. This is right up Michael Fletcher and Derek Ferrera's alley. I know these two guys are going to enjoy the hell out of this fight. Believe me. I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I want to see Dean Ambrose win this fight, and I do, it's another one of those heart-gut situations. My heart wants to go with Dean Ambrose, but I have to listen to my gut here. I got Brock Lesnar winning this match. I have Lesnar winning it. I think we're going to see some very sick spots in this. There's going to be several fantastic near falls throughout the fight. This crowd is going to be jacked for it, especially the IWC contingent. You better believe that. Dean Ambrose is going to give Lesnar all kinds of fits. I wouldn't be surprised if it leads into a rematch at Extreme Rules. Wouldn't surprise me next month. But for right now, I got to go with the Beast Incarnate. I got to go with Brock Lesnar to win it via a very sick, and I do mean very sick, F5. That's all I can say about it. Barbie's coming out. The chainsaw's coming out. Any weapon, you name it. You name it. Brock Lesnar wins. Michael Bullock, Lesnar, Ambrose, no holds barred street fight. Nothing left to say, man, except who you got.
Man, oh man, this is, like you said, this is going to be a fun match to watch, and this is one that's definitely in a contender for one of the top fights of the night, and I mean, man, oh man, I mean, we're gonna probably see everything. We're probably gonna see blood. We're gonna see we're gonna see a whole hell of a lot of weapons here. And in the end, who do I go with? Part of me wants me to go with Dean Ambrose, but I gotta go with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, with a sick F5. And let's just say Dean Ambrose, well, he's on his way to a first-class ticket to Suplex City. And I hate to say it to you, Dean, it ain't going to be a pretty one. So this is definitely going to be this is definitely going to be a physical match, no doubt about it. And straight up smash mouth, and definitely going to see a lot of hardcore. Brock Lesnar wins. Fletcher, I know this is a match you're looking forward to.
Yes, indeed. This is going to be one of those top fights of the night, no doubt about it, guys. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this fight. I think we're all going to go absolutely bonkers over this. My prediction is I think Brock Lesnar is going to win it as well. he's kind of gotten the WrestleMania rub lately. Even though he did lose a year ago, it's like, it's been pretty weird with Lesnar. He wins a WrestleMania, lose a WrestleMania, wins a WrestleMania, lose a WrestleMania. Basically, you can go all the way back to 29 when he lost to Triple H. 30, he did the unthinkable. He beat The Undertaker. 31, well, even though he wasn't involved in the actual decision, he lost the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I think he's going to redeem himself this year. He beats Dean Ambrose. Even though I think Ambrose is going to give him one heck of a fight, Brock Lesnar is just going to win this one out. He's going to beat Dean Ambrose. So I'm with you guys. I agree. Ambrose, gallant effort, but Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, will claim yet another victim at WrestleMania.
All right. Now, all signs, a lot of people are saying that this is going to be the main event of WrestleMania, but not us. We're not considering this the main event of WrestleMania, our next match that we're going to get into. Because there's a match that's even bigger. And that's going to be the main event. Then I'll have to say here, the big one. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Champion, The Game, the Cerebral Assassin, the COO, the 14-time World Heavyweight Champion Triple H, defending the title against the number one contender and former two-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion and public enemy number one in the IWC, Roman Reigns.
Whew. Man.
I believe it's Michael Bullock who starts it off.
Yeah, I started off.
Perfect. All right.
Yes.
Phenom. Simple question. Does the reign of The Game continue? Or does Roman Reigns, much to the chagrin of the IWC, become the new champion? Oh, and one more thing. Rumors have been going around that this match is going to be a no disqualification match. That's the big stipulation I teased last night. Now that you know, now with that in mind, Michael Bullock, who do you have walking out with the richest prize in all of professional wrestling?
All right, well, this rivalry has definitely been brewing. Of course, it all stems back to TLC, where, of course, Roman Reigns basically beat the crap out of Triple H, and then of course the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns defends his WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the Royal Rumble match. He loses it to Triple H, and let's just say, I mean, it's been back and forth. I mean, the brawls have been good. Now, I mean, and of course, we know the story with Roman Reigns. The IWC literally hates the guy, and some actually want him to turn heel. Could that happen? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but who do I think's walking out? The new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, you know Roman Reigns is going to be the heel, and Triple H is going to be the babyface, so I know this is going to piss off a lot of members of the IWC, but I'm going to have to go with Roman Reigns to win this. He's going to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and man, I can't wait to see what happens. And you know when if he does win, which I think he will, he's going to get booed out of AT&T Stadium. He's going to get crucified big time. I mean, would I be surprised if the Game walks out still champion? No, I wouldn't be surprised. But in the end, Roman Reigns, I think he's going to get his revenge. He will get his title back. So, Fletcher, all I can say is Roman Reigns, he's going to be in for over 100,000. That's going to boo this man not only into the building, but out of the building.
And that's why I think, for some odd reason, he needs to embrace it and let it sink in. You know you're not going to be the most popular guy. You know you're not going to be the hero. that Vince McMahon wants us to make you believe that you are, you better let it ride, sink it in, and let it flow. Roman, one opportunity, the biggest moment of your life, your second consecutive main event spotlight fight at a WrestleMania. Don't blow it, son. Don't blow it. With that said, the new that rule about the no DQ, it's gonna make things now a little more compelling. But at the end, it's still gonna be the end result. Roman Reigns wins the title and walks out of WrestleMania the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion for a third time. I just feel like right now this would be the moment where if you're Roman Reigns, you need to do something. Get into that attitude, get that evil side of you out. Maybe, like I said, maybe have the tables turn a little bit at the end. But we'll wait and see what happens. But Roman Reigns will win will win the fight. He'll win the belt. Anthony, it's yours.
Man, oh man. All I can say is I definitely agree with you boys. I'll make it unanimous yet again here tonight. Winner and new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It's going to be Roman Reigns. Whether we in the IWC like it or not, and we all know everybody in the IWC does not like it one bit. He's going to get the John Cena Bautista treatment. Let's not kid ourselves. And whether this is the main event of WrestleMania or not, I mean, beats me. But the no DQ stipulation definitely makes the bout, like Fletcher said, a lot more compelling and even better. And I think, given the volatile nature of this feud over the last few weeks, especially with the build on, on TV, on Raw and SmackDown and whatnot, I think a no DQ stipulation is definitely warranted and necessary. In all honesty, you just took this from a 3.5 star bout to about a 4 to 4.25 star bout. But the outcome is not in doubt. This is the easiest. This is easy peasy right here. The writing's on the wall. Roman Reigns is walking out of Mania the new champion. If he doesn't, then I, for one, am going to be the most surprised guy in the entire world. If God forbid Hunter goes over. But an interesting thought from that same guy that I read that fantastic preview column with the other day, Hayden Gleed of ProWrestling.net, one of Jason Powell's right-hand men. He thinks that not only Roman Reigns wins the belt, but he's even gone as far as to say the next night on Raw, Roman Reigns is going to turn heel. And it's going to be very similar to what his cousin, The Rock, did. Remember the whole Rocky sucks chant and the die Rocky die? Remember that? Which led them to turn Rock heel and, the whole Nation of Domination thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they go that same route, maybe even worse. So that's just how I feel about it. But at the end of the day, no doubt about this, Roman Reigns will be the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion after Sunday night. Gentlemen, you ready? You know what's coming? I think you know what's coming. The match that we strongly feel. Not only are we hoping for it, we're also hoping that this will be and should be the true, and I mean true, main event of WrestleMania 32. This bout that we're about to get into, and Michael Fletcher, you're gonna like what I'm about to do here. This is what the words main event were meant for, because this bout we're gonna get into, this is the main event. It don't get no bigger. So, batten down the hatches. Here it comes. Inside the most sadistic structure in all of professional wrestling. Hell in a Cell. The 22-1 at WrestleMania Phenom The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. If Shane McMahon wins this match, he gains control of Monday Night Raw and essentially World Wrestling Entertainment. And if Shane McMahon wins and The Undertaker does indeed lose, then this WrestleMania will be the last time we will get to see the Phenom walk the long ramp at a WrestleMania. Cerebral Viper, Michael Fletcher, it is only fitting that you start this off, and then me, and then Michael Bullock. We saved the best for last. You're about to witness the most anticipated moment in Wrestling Forum history, chock full of the finest Shakespearean drama you'll ever see, even more so than what we saw tonight in Dallas. So, Cerebral Viper, there's nothing left to say. Who you got, and feel free to give us your other alter ego, the Hype Man.
I don't think tonight I would be worthy to do Hype Man because I'm not the one the world's waiting for. We all know who they're waiting for. That's Michael Bullock. Tonight, for me and Anthony, we're basically the appetizer to the main course. Our main event starts with Michael Bullock, but we'll get to him in just a matter of moments. For the longest time, we didn't know how this was going to play out, with injuries aside and the whole 9 yards. But when Shane McMahon came back to WWE and shocked the world, we didn't know what to think of it. And then Vince McMahon made the announcement, Shane versus Taker, alright? Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. Now you got all of our attentions. And for the last few weeks, this rivalry has gone from personal to almost feuded-like. And the final parting shot was this past Monday night in Brooklyn, where Shane does the leap of faith, crashing through an announce table with Taker there, and then Taker sat up and showed Shane, you gotta do more than that to kill me in Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. You want to talk about an oh my god moment? That's what we got. So, what's the prediction now? Well, I think this is not going to be a clean fight. This has Vince McMahon written all over it. This has other people interfering all over this because of the fact that what's at stake at WrestleMania. Because you're not talking about just a regular fight, but a man's lineage. A 50-year-old lineage is on the line. And Vince McMahon is going to do whatever it takes in his power not to lose that power. And if that means to try to screw Shane McMahon with maybe the League of Nations, with the Dudley Boys, with any other person he believes is going to be that company guy, he's going to pull it out. But Shane might have some surprises up his sleeve. We don't know. You know, there was rumors about John Cena. There's been rumors about maybe Sting. I know, far-fetched, but we'll wait and see. But at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, my prediction is Shane McMahon is going to win. He will get control of Monday Night Raw. And something tells me, even though they say this would be the end of The Undertaker, I don't think so. I think Taker might come back in the near future. We'll wait and see what happens there. But I do have Shane McMahon winning and getting control of Monday Night Raw and consequently the control of World Wrestling Entertainment. Anthony, what says you?
What says me? Well, what I've been saying to you a lot throughout this evening, the theme of the night. Oh, Derek Ferrera has just sent us a message, guys. Well, before I get into that, Derek Ferrera wanted me to share. He's got Shane McMahon winning with help from John Cena to set up Cena versus Taker at WrestleMania 33, or the debut, possibly a debut of the Balor Club. And Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer Radio reported today this match is going to be the main event. Hope that's right. And Derek just said, I just found out through a dirt sheet that Bill Goldberg is going to get involved in this Hell in a Cell match. This from Derek Ferrera, the Hardcore Pipe Bomb. As he would like to say, take it with a grain of salt, or as I say, read into it what you will. Whew. Man, how do you follow that? But I'm gonna post the dirt sheet that Derek found. I'm gonna post it in our chat box, so Michael Fletcher, check it out. I don't think Bullock has access to it because he's on an iPad, but there you go. Check that out, Fletch, and let me know what you think about that. But nonetheless, the theme of the night, like I said, what says me, Michael Fletcher wants to know? Well, I agree with you, bud. I got Shane McMahon winning this bout as well. Shane McMahon's going to win this fight. I don't care if it's Bill Goldberg. I don't care if it's John Cena. I don't care if it's the Balor Club. There's definitely going to be a lot of shenanigans in this fight. But I still believe in my heart of hearts that this is going to be a 5-star classic, and it's going to be the most emotionally charged and perhaps greatest match in WrestleMania history. And I even read another dirt sheet today, boys. 401 Mania, I read on 401, stating that there could be a major stunt in the works for this bout. I've heard on good authority that there's going to be some sort of crazy stunt, and they've been rehearsing that crazy stunt. No word on what that crazy stunt is, but they can confirm that during this bout there's going to be some sort of crazy stunt. Does that not get you even more excited about this bout? If that doesn't, I don't know what the hell will. I'm just laying it out for you right now. A month and change ago, we never thought we'd see Shane O'Mac in a WWE ring or environment ever again, because he had that online streaming company in China and whatnot, which he was the CEO of for many years. We never thought we'd see Shane again, and considering the real life McMahon family drama with both Vince and Stephanie, and even Triple H, I mean, oof. If someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Florio, I think Shane McMahon's gonna come back to WWE one day," I would have gotten in your face and said, "Ha, not gonna happen, never gonna happen. I'll believe it when I see it." Well, on the night of Monday, February 22nd, Michael Bullock and I had the Raw chat that night. We saw it, and we believed it. What else is there for me to say? Taker's going to drop the 22-2 at WrestleMania. There have been rumors running rampant about him retiring. This could be it right here. But then again, even if Shane wins, there's a possibility that Shane could reinstate The Undertaker for a WrestleMania. You never know. That could really happen. It really could. Seeing that Shane will be running the show. But all I know is this, guys. And Michael Fletcher, I'm going to go hype man on this. You heard what I said during the intro, right? What did I say during that? You guys know what I said. At any given WrestleMania, heroes will be made, and careers and lives will be changed forever. No matter who wins this bout. Well, no, let me rephrase that. If Shane McMahon wins this bout at WrestleMania, which I think he's going to, and Fletcher thinks he's going to, and Derek too, the landscape of World Wrestling Entertainment is going to change forever. Rumors have been running rampant about the return of the brand extension, split announce teams. Michael Cole and JBL would work Monday Night Raw. Mauro Ranallo and Jerry the King Lawler would work SmackDown. And what they decide to do for pay-per-views, well, that's a toss-up. My guess is maybe Ranallo and Lawler during the pre-show and Cole and JBL on the main show. I don't know. Where would that leave Byron Saxton? I don't know. But all I do know is this. The landscape of the company is going to change forever. A career, a life, and a family legacy will be shaped forever. I don't know if there's anything else I have to say on that. This is going to be a 5-star classic, even with the shenanigans. And I still think it's going to go down as the most emotionally charged, Shakespearean, drama-laden, greatest match in WrestleMania history. Shane McMahon wins the match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the most anticipated moment in Wrestling Forum history, Phenom, Michael Bullock, it's time. It is time. You have had several weeks to think about this since the match was announced February 22nd. Check out time is now. Is it your idol? Is it your all-time hero, The Undertaker? Does he go to 23-1 at WrestleMania? Or does he go to 22-2? And Shane McMahon takes over the landscape of World Wrestling Entertainment. As I told you time and time again during our afternoon drives and other times, I know you want it both ways. I wish we could have it both ways.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
All do. We all do. But unfortunately, just like all of us, you, my friend, cannot have it both ways.
Oh, man.
Check out time is now, buddy. We're putting you on the spot. We're putting the gun to your head right now. Shane McMahon or The Undertaker.
This is without a shadow of a doubt, though, the toughest decision for me to make on a match in any pay-per-view. I mean, you people know about my history with The Undertaker. I've been a fan of his since 1992, when I first started getting into wrestling. And, I mean, he's been one of my favorites. My favorites all time. I mean, I've got all the books. I got the DVDs. I got the shirts. And, I mean, if that doesn't prove that I'm an Undertaker fan to you people, I don't know what will. But then again, I mean, Shane McMahon, we never would have thought we would see Shane McMahon again. But he did. He comes back to the surprise of all of us, and he says he wants to take over WWE and Monday Night Raw, I should say. And Vince says, Mr. McMahon's like, all right, you'll do it. All you got to do is be in a match at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. And I'm like, what? And then the stakes were raised even higher a few weeks later when Mr. McMahon announced that if The Undertaker doesn't get the job done, this WrestleMania would be his last. And that just made this decision even more difficult for me. All right. This is the moment you people have been waiting for. My gosh, this is not so easy. But after weeks and weeks and weeks of thinking, Undertaker, I love you, man. You're my favorite wrestler of all time. But I cannot believe I'm going to be saying this. This is going to be coming out of my mouth. I do too have Shane McMahon winning this match. I mean, I mean, we all want Shane McMahon to run Monday Night Raw. I mean, because we want these Raws to be better, and with him running the show, I mean, I'd rather have that. I mean, nothing against Undertaker, but this is one time I am not going with the Undertaker. I know people have a shocked look on their face right now, and there are probably some Undertaker fans out there that are saying, Bullock, how can you do this? How can you go against him? I mean, look, the Undertaker's legacy, I mean, it'll always live on forever, but this is about change. The history of this, of this company is going to change forever with Shane McMahon in control. So, man, this wasn't easy, but I'm going with Shane McMahon. I don't know what else there's to say except, Florio, Fletcher, your reaction to my decision.
Confirmed what I suspected all along. I honestly had the feeling you were going to go with Shane O'Mac. I knew you were going to. I had that feeling in my gut.
It wasn't easy.
I know. I know that was hard for you. I know that was the hardest thing you ever had to do in your life, my friend, and I feel for you. I got empathy for you, but... Man, I know.
This is just not so easy.
I know. But, you gotta go with what's right. And,
I had to.
Looking at the consensus had a tough time with it too. But it was practically a dead heat between Shane and The Undertaker. It was almost a dead heat. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. As I look at it, the first writer voted for Shane McMahon. No, correction. The first writer went with The Undertaker. So that's 1 for The Undertaker. Second writer went with Shane McMahon. So that's 1-1. Third writer went Shane McMahon. That's 2-1. Taker, 2-2. Shane O'Mac, 3-2 Shane. Shane again, 4-2. Taker, 4-3. Taker, 4-4. Final vote, Shane O'Mac. So by a margin of 5-4, the consensus is going with Shane McMahon. All right. Now time for our overall thoughts, our excitement level for WrestleMania 32. And well, what else is there to say except I'm going to start it off. Of course, the excitement level's there. I mean, the venue alone is why I'm excited about it. Since AT&T Stadium opened in 2009, the three of us always got together and said, could you imagine if they ever put a WrestleMania there? Well, fellas, wait no longer. Sunday night, we're finally gonna have it. It's gonna finally happen. We're gonna see the biggest event in all of professional wrestling in the biggest and most beautiful stadium in the world, Jerry World, AT&T Stadium. At last check, 84,000 tickets were sold. I do not know if we're going to get that magic number of 100,000. We'll see if the record breaks. I think the record does break. But the event, I'm not sure if it's going to be a perfect 10 like TakeOver Dallas was tonight. But it's definitely going to be one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. When I think about everything that's on the main card, I think it has potential to be just as good, maybe a little bit better than 31. I'm leaning towards 9 to 9.5 out of 10 as my projected rating for WrestleMania 32. I don't think it's going to get the perfect 10. I want it to get the perfect 10, but I just don't think it's going to. Probably going to come up just a smidge short. So, but all I know is Shane and Taker is going to be the fight of the night. Lesnar Ambrose street fight, probably second best. Triple H and Roman, It will be the third best if that no DQ stipulation is true. And then they got that ladder match for the IC title. You got Jericho Styles for it. Those 5 fights are the fight of the night right there. And then you got a potential show stealer from the women with that triple threat for the soon-to-be Women's Championship, Divas Championship, Charlotte, Sasha, Becky. That's going to be epic. I got a great feeling about that bout. And then the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And Kalisto and Ryback. And then the pre-show matches. So, my. And the New Day and the League of Nations. So, six potential show stealers. You got a couple of in-the-middle bouts. Like I said, New Day and League of Nations, that's an in-the-middle bout. Same can be said for the Andre Battle Royal. And then the pre-show fights, well, that's anybody's guess. So to me, it's between 9 and 9.5 out of 10 is my projected rating for WrestleMania 32. I, for one, cannot wait. Michael Bullock, Phenom, your overall projected final thoughts about WrestleMania 32 on Sunday night.
Yeah, I think this could be a really good to maybe a great WrestleMania. I mean, because of the chance of breaking the record with over 100,000 attending WrestleMania. I mean, the matches everybody's going to be talking about. I mean, of course, the Hell in a Cell match, Shane McMahon and The Undertaker, Triple H and Roman Reigns, that triple threat Divas title match. This is going to be this is something that everyone's going to be talking about at the water coolers or at the coffee shops Monday morning. I mean, especially when it comes to that Hell in a Cell match. So I do agree. I think it could be somewhere between 9 to 9.5. So all I can say is can't wait for WrestleMania on Sunday. But damn, they got a tough act to follow with what we saw from TakeOver Dallas tonight. And I'm sure they're going to give it their best. Fletcher, it's yours.
I kind of have to downplay this WrestleMania because of the fact that the build wasn't so great going into it. My expectations is a little more lower than Anthony and Michael Bullock. I want to predict at least between, at least maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10 and I'm kind of lowballing it because of the fact that for some odd reason I just feel like sometimes when you lowball a WrestleMania event, then the ratings be better. So I'm kind of giving them a low ceiling, and hopefully they just give us a decent WrestleMania. Yes, I know the past 2 have been unbelievable, but I'm kind of lowballing here because of the lackluster build that went in, and I'm hoping that it ends up being like what happened last year, where yes, it was horrific, a horrific and bad road to WrestleMania, but the event itself overachieved and hit a home run. That's what I'm hoping this year's will be, but we'll wait and see what happens, especially Sunday night, being in AT&T Stadium in Arlington. So it's definitely been an amazing night, but it's going to get even better now that we are literally hours away from WrestleMania, and WrestleMania Sunday, it's almost as big as Super Bowl Sunday. You get that pain in your stomach, you start feeling, I think the excitement level starts hitting a little more harder than any other time, and I cannot wait. So can't wait to do the recap on Sunday night, Anthony. This is gonna be fun. It's all yours.
Oh, man. Like Flesh said, man, I'll tell you what. Now that we're this close to WrestleMania, especially the magnitude of this one, the heart rate's going higher than probably it's ever been before. Even more so than when you meet that special someone for the first time. That's how intense it is. Oh yeah, you get the pity, that feeling in the pit of your stomach, Fletch. You're right. You don't get butterflies in your stomach. No, you got bats in your stomach, boy. Let me tell you. Because the excitement, the anticipation, that's what makes WrestleMania just as big as the Super Bowl and all the other humongous events that we look forward to every year. You know, the college football playoff championship, the NCAA tournament, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the NBA playoffs, the World Series. I mean, I could go on and on. You know, of course, the Oscars, the Emmys, the Grammys, what have you. That's what it's all about. Just imagine it. The figure, like I said, the figure that I have is 84,000 tickets were sold. I don't know if that number's gone up or anything. I wouldn't be surprised if it has. But think about it, guys. When it all kicks off with X Factor alums, Fifth Harmony, and they sing America the Beautiful, you will know that the fruits and the labors of the men and women behind the scenes who put it all together, it all comes to fruition this Sunday night. And just picturing that massive scene, whatever that final figure is, I know WWE's been known to fabricate their attendance numbers, especially WrestleMania 3. But thinking about that massive scene when the final setup and everything else goes down, it all goes down Sunday night when 5 o'clock, when 7 p.m. hits Sunday night, I'm not going to walk it off. It's as simple as that. Well, my friends, that's going to do it for this WrestleMania 32 preview edition of the Wrestling Forum. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. It's been an unforgettable night, and a night that's not going to leave our hearts anytime soon. TakeOver Dallas just set the bar. They set the bar. Now to all you main roster folks on the biggest stage of them all, good luck trying to top this show tonight. You are going to need it big time. Our usual shout-outs, you know that. I mean, we're not going to do that, but you already know who they are anyway, so we're just going to leave it at that. We're exhausted. We need to recover, so that's it. So we're off tomorrow. We're going to watch not only the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, but also the Final Four in the NCAA tournament as well. And then Sunday night, the big show, WrestleMania. That's when we'll see you next Sunday night, 11 p.m., Braves Fan 95. Fletch is hosting, but he's going to be reclusing himself from any reviews because he has to work till 10 p.m. on Sunday night. But he's going to be hosting anyway. It's going to be a three-man weave with myself, the Bullock, and the Hardcore Pipe Bomb Derek Ferrera. There go the ratings right there. So that's when we'll next see you, Sunday night. And then, of course, Monday night, the Wrestling Forum. And then, of course, next Friday night, we'll be back with our usual Strictly Sports show. So there you have it. So until Sunday night on Fletcher's channel, Braves Fan 95, for our WrestleMania 32 recap edition of the Wrestling Forum, you've been watching the WWE WrestleMania 32 preview show right here on the Tunnel 25 on YouTube.com. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah. Throw it a Fortune 4 style. Have a blessed weekend. And until then, it's ridiculously over Anthony Florio for the Cerebral Viper, Michael Fletcher, for the Phenom, Michael Bullock, and in spirit, the Hardcore Pipe Bomb Derek Ferrera. For now, Anthony Florio. So long.